Okay, before we start today's lesson, let's read the objective. You know, it's here, and raise your hand. Where else? Actually, you can show me. Where else is the objective? Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 students now? Yep, it's over there as well. Okay, put your hands down, showing me slant. Let's read it together. I'm going to read it first, and we'll read it together after, okay? Today, I will find the total number of objects in rectangular arrays by finding sums of equal groups. Okay? So let's read it as a whole class. You can look over there or look over here. Ready? Go.
Today I will find the total number of objects in rectangular arrays by finding sums of equal groups.
Okay, so that is our objective. Right now, it may not make the most sense, but by the end of the lesson, it'll make much more sense. So the vocabulary today is array. Everyone say array.
Array.
It is an arrangement of objects in rows and columns. So everyone say array.
Array.
An arrangement.
An arrangement
Of objects.
of objects
In rows and columns.
in rows and columns.
Okay, and we know a row. Everyone show me, what's a row? Can you guys say it with me?
Left and right.
Okay, you guys want to show me column?
Yes.
Stand up. You guys want to do it for me, or you want me to do it for you?
You.
Ready? Column.
Column.
Up and down.
Up and down.
Column.
Column.
Up and down.
Up and
All
down.
right, have a seat. So today our focus is counting objects in an array. We know arrays are objects in rows and columns, okay? So when I look at this right here, I have a bunch of X's. But what shape does it kind of look like? Who can tell me what shape does it kind of look like? Hannah? It kind of looks like a rectangle. Thank you for using a complete sentence. Because if I drew a rectangle right here, that shows a rectangle. All right, but I'm not actually going to draw a rectangle. I need to count the rows and columns. When I look at this right here, I need to count the rows first. Who can tell me, are rows up and down, left and right? What are rows? Rows are what, Layla? Rows are left and right, so left and right, left and right. So I have 1, 2 rows. And I always need to label it so I don't lose track of it. So how many rows do I have, class?
2.
2. Now I need to count the columns. Columns go what, everyone?
Up and down.
Up and down. So this goes up and down. So I have 1 column, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, so that's how we figure that out. And then I may ask you guys to count all the objects in here. So if I count all of this, let's count it together. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So how many did I have total?
8.
8. But our focus just right here is rows and columns before we do our input model. It's how to make rows and columns. All right, our input model says, create an array with 3 columns. Place 4 objects in each column. So when it says column, I know it needs to go up and down because this L right here is nice and tall. So I know it needs to go up and down. When it says create 3 columns, I need to create 3 columns. So you're going to draw 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. As columns go up and down. Okay? And then I'm going to write 1, 2, 3 X's. So how many columns do I have here?
3.
3. I have 3 columns. 1, 2, 3 columns. Columns go up and down. Now I've done this part. 3 columns. Now I need to place 4 objects in each column. So how many objects should I have in each column?
4.
4. So how many do I have in so far?
3.
Whoa. I only have 1 object in this column. So far I only have 1 object. I need a total of 4 objects. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I look at this, I have 1, 2, 3 rows, and I need 4 objects in each column. So far I have 1 object in that row, 2, 3, 4. So look at this now. How many objects do I have in column 1 right here?
4.
How many do I have in column 2? 1. How many should I have? 4. So I'm going to create 1, 2, 3, and then now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 objects in each column. 1, 2, 3, and then I have that 4. Okay? So now I can see, did I create 3 columns? Did I create 3 columns? Yes. Now do I have 4 objects in each column? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I do. Now it says I need to count all of them together. So I know yesterday we worked on this when we had the number 10. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we did 5 plus 5 equals 10. Raise your hand if you remember that. Yes? Okay, put your hands up. Now, we're going to be using the same concept, but this time we have more columns. Okay? Just leave it there. So when I look at this, how many objects do I have here?
4.
How many?
4.
4. All right. And then I'm going to put a plus sign. And then I count the next one. How many do I have here, class?
4.
4. And then now how many do I have here?
4.
4. So now I need to add 4 plus 4 plus 4. Last time we only did maybe 4 plus 4, but this time we added another one. 4 plus 4 plus 4. If that's hard to add, hands up, hands up. If that's kind of hard to add, you can still just count all of them. So let's count all of them together. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So how many do we have total?
12.
12. So I could write it like this way, or I can do 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals what?
12.
12. Now, we've been doing it, the addition problem on the side. I'm going to teach us how to do it. Ooh. Put your face down. Put it down. Because you won't like that when it happens. Go to the back. Put your hands down. You're not coming to my class with the hands on your face. Go to the back. Okay, so now we've done it where we counted the columns and we've added it on the bottom. Now I'm going to teach us a different way, a little different way, okay? So I'm still going to create 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. Those are columns up and down, 1, 2, 3. And then I need to place 4 objects in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 objects in each column. Now I'm going to add it up. Instead of counting up and down like this, I'm going to count the rows instead. So in this row right here, how many objects do I have in this row? Skylar?
How many objects do you have in this column?
I asked you, I said, how many objects do you have in this first row?
3 X's in the first row.
I have 3 X's in the first row, so I can write 3. How many objects do I have in the second row? Skylyn, sorry.
In the second row, you have 3 X's.
I have 3. How many do I have in the third row?
In the third row, you have 3 X's.
I have 3 X's. How many objects do I have in the fourth row, Sanaya?
In the fourth row, you have 3 X's.
I have 3. So now, how many times am I going to be adding 3? Layla?
You will be adding
3, 4 times. So now I'm going to... Do you think I'm going to put a plus sign like that? No, I'm going to recreate it that looks like this. I'm going to do 3 plus 3 plus 3. Am I done there?
No.
Someone tell me why am I not done? Why am I not done? Why am I not done, Caleb?
You're not done because you need 4 3s.
I need 4. And then now I can figure out, but I can count it this way. Count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So how many did I have? Total. 12. Although my equations are different, because I did 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 here. Oh, I said that 4 times. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12 here, and I did 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 here, and they both equal what, everyone? 12. I just counted it differently. They equal the same amount. I still have the same total, but it equals differently. Okay? All right, I need you guys to turn to page 66 for me. We're going to do the first one together as a class. Yes, I am. Oh. We are not doing that today. That's right. Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, go. Hannah, can you take some attention from me? Sorry, I'm trying to find my mouse, guys. Oh, too much. That should be okay. There you go. Okay. All right. Number 1 says, create an array with 4 columns. Place 2 manipulatives or objects in each column. Okay, similar to what it says here, it says create an array with 3 columns. This one says how many columns?
4.
4. So remember, when I write, you write, I'm going to circle 4 columns so I know exactly how many columns I need. I just circled 4 columns. Go grab your math workbook and have me. Let me see who else I can give that's showing me that they were listening. Okay. So it says create an array with 4 columns. Place 2 manipulatives or objects in each column. Can you guys underline 2 manipulatives or objects? Underline that. So it tells us exactly what to do. We need 4 columns. Okay, so how many columns do I need, everyone? 4. So right now, look at me first. I'm going to create 4 columns. How many columns do I have there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So go ahead and create that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can someone tell me how many rows do I have there? How many rows do I have if I have that? How many rows do I have, Antonio?
4 rows.
4 rows? So I have 4 rows. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many rows do I have, Sebastian? I have 1 row because I only have 1 row. How many columns did I create? How many columns did I create, Majesty?
You created 4 columns.
4 columns, okay? Now it says place 2 manipulatives in each column. In this column here, how many manipulatives do I have right here? 1. How many do I need total? 2. How many do I need total? 2. So go ahead and I'm going to create 2. So how many do I have here now?
2.
2. So I'm 2. Create 2. And then in my second one, I need 2. 2. Alright, so now I look at it. How many manipulatives do I have in this column now? 2. How many do I have in here now?
2.
How many do I have in here?
2.
How many do I have in here?
2.
So did I do the second part where it says place 2 manipulatives in each column?
Yes.
Yeah, so now I'm done with that part. But now this is the next part where we have to create our equation. How many do I have here again?
2.
2. Plus how much?
2.
Plus how much?
2.
Plus how much?
2.
Plus how much?
Nothing.
Do I have anything here?
No.
So that means I'm done and I put my equal sign. Go ahead and do that now. Don't forget these plus signs, these addition signs. Make it nice and neat. Make sure you have a 2 for each column. I have 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. That's the reason why, if you looked at mine, I spaced it out a little bit so I can look at it better. All right, now let's count my total. Count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So how much is my total?
8.
All right, 3 equals 8. Now we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to try it up and down. So recreate the same array right here, right underneath. Recreate that. So I have 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 2 manipulatives in each column. Recreate that right now, underneath. But make it nice and big. Don't make it small because it's going to be really hard for you if you make it small. Not too big, but not too small. Okay, so now I've already counted my columns. I have 2 in each. Now we're going to do rows instead. How much do I have in my first row? Raise your hand. How much do I have in my first row? How much do I have, Madison? I have 4 in my first row, so I'm going to write 4. Go ahead and do that. And then I look at my second row. Ethan, how many do I have in my second row?
4.
Excuse me?
No, 4 in your second.
I have 4 in my second row. Now I need to recreate another equation, but instead of up and down, I need to do left and right. So how many times am I going to be adding 4?
2.
2. So I do 4 plus 4. And we know what 4 plus 4 is. It's what?
8.
And I know there's this line down here. We're not going to do anything with that. Not yet, though. Okay, that's your answer. What's your answer? 8. And then you created 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 manipulatives in each column, and you got your answer both ways. All right, number 2. You and your partner are doing number 2. You have to show me both ways. Everyone got that?
Yes.
And you may be a little confused. That's okay. We're going to have more practice tomorrow. Okay, go ahead and turn to your neighbor.
Ready?